As you can see from the title of this video, y'all knew I had to do it. I had to do it to y'all. Y'all don't want to hear this, but I'm gonna talk about it. So let me just get straight into it. Y'all just gotta stop disrespecting Melo like this. All this disrespect that he's getting, this is mad unnecessary. Everyone wants to blame him for the Rockets' problems and OKC's problems last year, but it really wasn't completely his fault. All right? The media has y'all convinced that this man cannot hoop anymore. Like, that blows my mind. Like, what the hell are you guys talking about, bro? Like, you really think Melo cannot hoop at all? Like, he's done. He's washed. He's some old ass grandpa. He can't do nothing. Like, what are y'all talking about, bro? If you go down every team's roster list, you can find at least 5-6 players that Melo's better than right now. All right? So, yeah, like, it just comes down to, like, people just don't be paying attention to the games and seeing what little details factor into why Melo's not, why he's not performing as well as he should. But I just want to make this clear. If Melo is put into a position to succeed, if he's put into a system where he's utilized properly, my man could average 16 to 18 points, the minimum. That's easy. That is light work for my guy, all right? You know what I'm saying? It's just, yeah, you guys don't watch the games, bro. Y'all look at the stats and go, you know what? It's over for Melo, man. He's washed. He's not doing nothing anymore. Bro, you literally have NBA players telling you Melo can still hoop. Draymond Green, Dwayne Wade, Allen Iverson, Steven Jackson. The list goes on. There's mad people who are in the league right now and people that have played in the past that are telling you Melo can still hoop. So what are you guys talking about? You know what I'm saying? But I just want to break down real quick, what led up to all this bullshit. All right? So first things first, my man, he's in New York. The early years in New York, not for nothing, it was all right. Melo did the best he could. He took that team to the playoffs, and before Melo got there, the Knicks haven't made the playoffs since like 2001. So Melo did the best he could for the city, bro. I'm always gonna respect that about him. He did his best for New York. New York is just a shitty organization, and I'm a Knicks fan, and I'll tell you this: like in the past. Right now, we're getting better. The Knicks are getting better. I'm not going to lie, we're getting better. The future's looking kind of bright. Hopefully. I don't want to jinx it because the Knicks. But you know what I'm saying? In the past, the Knicks organization was pretty trash. They failed to put around a supporting cast around Melo, bro. They could never get a good supporting cast around him. Thus, they wasted mad good years that he had left. And now, after a while, my man started losing motivation because it's like, bro, we're losing every freaking night. I'm doing the best I can. You know what I'm saying? So Melo slowed down a bit, but he was still a crazy offensive force. He was still an all-star. He was still balling out. He was doing the best he could. So, let's fast forward a little bit. Phil Jackson comes, right? And he just creates this toxic environment in New York. Literally, Porzingis was about to leave too because he couldn't take that. So he basically forces Melo out of New York. Melo didn't want to leave. Let me remind you, Melo wanted to stay in New York. And he was like, you know what? I'm still going to try to help this city out. But nah, Phil Jackson forced him out. So now, fast forward a little bit more, Melo gets traded to OKC. Now, I want to remind everybody, Melo got traded there with like 1 to 2 weeks before the season was about to start. Melo gets traded there with 1 to 2 weeks before the season starts, right? So if you're OKC, you already have a game plan built around how Russ and PG are going to work together, right? Because those are two ISO all-stars right there, right? They need the ball in their hands. So the whole summer you figured out, all right, we got a game plan. This is how it's going to work. This is how it's going to go down. But now at the last minute, you're throwing another ISO all-star, and it's like, all right, I have like 2 weeks to figure out how I'm going to make this work. So the season starts. OKC, they're trying to adjust. And it's not easy. I'm not gonna lie. Melo's whole role had to change. He's not the go-to guy anymore. He's the third option. And being the third option, it's gonna be very hard to get the third option in rhythm. They're not gonna really have much of an impact. And Melo's not used to that. He's used to always getting in rhythm, sizing up his guy, and making the shot. So now you force Melo to, okay, we're gonna give you the ball at the most inconvenient time, and you're just gonna have to hopefully make it somehow. Like, it's stupid. So it's understandable, though. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to sit here and go, oh, Melo should have been, first option. No. The Thunder was Russ's team. PG's younger and more athletic, I understand, so he's second option. So Melo just had to deal with being a third option on that team, unfortunately. But not for nothing, though, that OK3 team, that team was not terrible, bro. When they were healthy, that team was actually, like, hard to mess with, bro. Like, they were going against Golden State, Celtics. Bro, they were doing pretty good, I'm not going to lie. But when Roberson got injured, which no one wants to mention, Roberson got injured, and there goes the defense. Literally, you have no more defense now. So now it just went downhill after that. But everyone wants to blame Melo, but it's like, it's not his fault. Oh, he can't play defense. You just lost Roberson, the best defensive player, bro. Like, what are you talking about? All right? And another thing that people never mentioned, which blew my mind, bro, OKC did not have a bench, bro. Like, they had no bench whatsoever. You just lost Roberson. You have two rookies, Jeremiah Grant and Terrence Ferguson. They are inexperienced as well. And then you have Raymond Felton. Bro, how are you supposed to make this work right now, bro? You have no bench. So that was another factor into why the Thunder wasn't successful last season. And there's just a lot of little details that happen, but everyone just wants to blame it on Melo right away. You know what I'm saying? I think if OK3 gave it another year, I think they would have figured it out. The rules would have been more, more better. It just would have worked out better. Like, if you look at the Miami Heat when LeBron first went there, they didn't win a ring right away. It took them a while to get together. They had to build that chemistry. It wasn't until the year after where Wade was like, all right, you know what, LeBron? I'm going to let you take over. You got to be the guy. Do what you got to do, all right? They came to that understanding. But OK3, that whole season, you could tell Russ still wanted to be that dude. He was barely, doing what he does this season. PG and Melo, they kind of had the same role a majority of the season. If you look at the stats, they literally had similar stats for a majority of the season. They were both trying to be this catch and shoot kind of guy, but that's not really how they are. You know what I'm saying? So now if you look at OKC today, the reason why they're so successful is because Russ took a step back and said, you know what, I'm going to let PG do his thing. And PG's carrying the team, and he's having an MVP caliber season. But Russ, it's not like Russ is not doing anything. Like, my man is still contributing to all the other things he can contribute to: assists, rebounds, steals. His defense, him and PG's defense went crazy this season. So it's not like Russ isn't doing anything. He's still contributing to that team. But I just feel like if Melo was there, they would have worked out that chemistry somehow. And they got Dennis Schroeder and Nerlens Noel. Like, bro, now you have a bench, bro. Like, come on. Like, that team is nice now. But I think if you just gave it another year, it would have worked out. I think the Thunder gave up too quick on Melo. And PG has said this in an interview, too. He really feels like, if they had one more chance, I feel like they would have made it work. But anyway, we can't cry over spilled milk. Let's fast forward into Houston. Now, Houston gets me a little tight. I'm not going to lie. They really did my man dirty. Like, it really made no sense. So now Melo's starting to get into the hang of being, of his new role, right? He's starting to get into the hang of it. He played 10 games with the Rockets before they gave him the boot, right? And 8 out of the 10 games, my man played great, all right? My man did good. He had 4 games where he put up 20-plus points, all right? But for some reason, everyone wants to say, oh, Melo's ass, Melo's washed. Dude, the reason Houston wasn't winning in the beginning, they had Harden injured for a couple of games. They had CP3 injured for a couple of games. And the team itself just wasn't doing good. It wasn't Melo's fault. And I just want to remind everybody, Trevor Ariza, their best defender, they got rid of. Plus their defensive coach, Bzdelik, he left. So your defense is basically garbage now. So obviously there's other that factors into why Houston wasn't doing well. But for some reason, oh, it's Melo's fault. It has to be Melo's fault, right? No, it's not. Everybody else on the team wasn't doing good. Like Eric Gordon, for example, he used to be a ill catch and shoot type of guy. His three-point shot is crazy. But for some reason, I'm watching these games, and Eric Gordon's not even trying to do that anymore. Like, he wants the ball he wants to dribble like in circles for 10 minutes before he drives to the lane, and then he bricks it. I'm like, dude, what are you doing, bro? And then you have all these other players that just aren't playing like they used to. It's just too much things factor into this, bro. Like, and I just want to point out some fishy shit that happened. Like, I don't know if this is what went down, but it makes you think. So when they gave Melo the boot, right? That the beginning of the season, they were like, all right, we need to step this defense up. We need to get Bzdelik back. So they asked Bzdelik, they reached out to him and said, yo, we need you back. Would you be down? But he didn't come back until they gave Melo the boot. So as soon as they got Melo out of there, Bzdelik came back right away. So that makes you think. Because D'Antoni, him and Melo they didn't get along. Like D'Antoni lost his job because they had beef in New York, right? So obviously there's still some resentment there, regardless what you want to believe that the media is telling you. Oh no, everything's good. You know, who knows what's going on with that? And then Bizdelic is in the same situation too, because for those that don't know, he was the head coach for the Nuggets when Melo was there, right? And he also got the boot because him and Melo, you know, they had a little dispute or whatever. So it makes you wonder, man, like there's some fishy going on behind the scenes, but that's not confirmed or anything. That's just a theory. But that's none of my business. But as of right now, just the disrespect about Melo is too much, because y'all are really blaming this guy for everything. But half of this shit is not even his fault. Like, if you look at what Harden and CP3 and even PG and Russ, they're letting you know that Melo's doing everything he's told. So it's not even an ego problem. People are like, oh, his ego's too big, he doesn't want to adapt. No, he's trying his best to adapt. They're literally telling you he's doing everything the coaches are telling him to do. So it's not his fault that, you know, they're not getting him into rhythm. They're not getting him, you know, open looks, and they're not utilizing him correctly. That's what it comes down to, man. And now everyone's trying to say that Melo can't play ball no more. Like, what are you guys talking about, bro? Like, what are you talking about? But now fast forward, you know, recent news came out that the Lakers put a pause on their trade talks to sign, not trade talk, I'm sorry. They put a pause on their talks to sign Melo. And to be honest, I don't blame them, because the Lakers, it doesn't look like they're making the playoffs at this rate. Like, there's really no point in bringing Melo there. Like, my man Melo has suffered enough, bro. Like, my man suffered enough. He's just trying to be in a place where he can be happy and he can just compete, bro. He's trying to contribute to a team. He's not trying to deal with all the bullshit that's going on in LA right now. LA looked like a valid destination when they were trying to get AD in the beginning, but you know how that went. So there goes that idea. But to be honest, you know, if the Lakers signed Melo earlier in the season, maybe they wouldn't have this problem right now about not trying to make the playoffs or whatever. But that's just me. I don't know. At the end of the day, man, I really think Melo still got more left in the tank. Like, the narrative that Melo's terrible, it just has to stop. Like, people disrespected Derrick Rose, bro. When he was getting injured, everyone was like, yo, there's no way he's going to come back. It's over for him. He's done. He's washed. No, just because he's not athletic anymore doesn't mean he doesn't have a skill set to contribute in other ways. Now today, look at Derrick Rose. He's proven everybody wrong, bro. He showed everybody, yo, I'm still a force in the NBA. I can still do things here. You know what I'm saying? He just needed that green light. He went through mad. He never stopped practicing. And now look at him, he's balling out. So all I'm trying to say is if you see Melo come back, don't be surprised if, you know, he gets a little revival. You know what I'm saying? He might just start balling out again. Y'all are giving up too quick for no reason. The same way y'all gave up on Derrick Rose, the same way you guys are giving up on Melo right now. Right now, dude, you got to think of his mentality, bro. He's constantly being disrespected, right? So put yourself in his shoes. You're being disrespected. You're being told that you can't play ball no more. And it's not even 100% your fault. It's because the situations you were put in. And the media is bashing you for whatever reason, because there's just, who knows. But it's not even your fault, dude. So he's pissed right now. All he's been doing is he's been in the gym every day. His trainers are making sure he gets right. And you can see that in his face, bro. My man has lost mad weight. He's getting into shape. And when he comes back, bro, don't be surprised if he starts balling out again, man. Don't be surprised. But I'm gonna just give y'all, you know, like some options where he could go. He could go to the Trailblazers. The Trailblazers need that extra shooter, you know what I'm saying, to give them that little push so they could get past, you know, the first round. He would fit in well there. He could go to the Spurs. They play a mid-range game that they play the game that he plays. Popovich is known for reviving players. He brought back Paul Gasol, Rudy Gay. He could definitely make something work with Melo, bro. He go to mad teams, dude. Mad teams. Raptors, they can use a shooter. Philly, the Bucks. The list goes on. And even those are just playoff contending teams. If he's just trying to hoop and he doesn't even care about getting the ring right now, he just wants to be happy, then there's mad teams you could go. You go to the Nets, the Knicks, go to the Lakers if that's what you want to do. If you just want to hoop and you're not worried about the playoffs, yo, do your thing, bro. But there's so many places where he can go and still contribute. It comes down to a matter of how are you going to utilize this dude. You like these coaches are just like, okay, yeah, just go over there, just catch and shoot. That's it. They're not really trying to like, okay, figure out what's the best way to make him successful. They're not paying attention to that. But me personally, what I would hope would happen, but this is a stretch. This is a hot take right now. If the Knicks somehow manage to get KD and Kyrie in the offseason, I think they should bring Melo back. Because you're happy you're back home, right? And the organization is different now. New head coach, new GM, new president, new everything. It's not toxic anymore. You guys actually have a future. You have a nice young core that can develop. You got the draft pick from this year. Imagine we could get Zion, RJ Barrett or something. Dude, I think it would be nice, bro. But that's just a stretch. Knowing the Knicks is not going to play out as we're all hoping, but that's just a stretch. And the Lakers, honestly, not at the moment, but you have to see what they do in the offseason. Because I think the next 2 years, or even next year, bro, the Lakers are going to be good, man. The whole roster is going to change. They're eventually going to get AD, and that's like, come on. You don't see that coming? AD's probably going to go there. They're probably going to get another big name. And Melo with LeBron, bro, who knows how that's going to work. Like, that might be really good because LeBron and Melo have been boys since they were little, dude. Like, no one knows Melo better than LeBron and the Banana Boat crew, bro. If anything, LeBron's going to make sure that Melo is right. You know what I'm saying? On that team, he's going to make sure he's being utilized properly. He's going to get him right. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to deal with all these coaches BS on, let's just throw Melo over there to the side. No, he's going to make sure Melo's contributing. He's not going to let him be, last guy on the bench not doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? But all I'm saying is stop disrespecting him, dude. He's better than a lot of people in this league right now. He's still the illest scorer we've ever seen. One of the illest scorers we've ever seen in the league. And his offensive arsenal can help any team. He can contribute to any team right now, honestly, dude. So just put some respect on his name, you heard? That's all I got to say.